Quickly moving forward, idadmele ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ I would like to welcome Mr. Jash Upadhyay. He is the Senior System Engineer from RSA. ಇವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರನೂ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು.
Namaskara. So hi guys, my name is Jash Upadhyay. I handle pre-sales for RSA Business Pan India and SARC locations. Been with cybersecurity space for about 12 odd years and covering a range of products in cybersecurity from SOC to firewalls. And from last 7 years, I've been associated with identity. When I say identity, I check everything about identity and covering major sectors in India, including banks, NBFCs, I have government, I have defense sector with me. So my agenda today, guys, is to have what new innovation RSA is driving. As you know, RSA has been around since 43 years in the market. You might have studied RSA's algorithm way back in college, right? And we've been around since then. Created a lot of algorithms for multi-factor authentication, and product has evolved quite a lot from that. So when you say RSA, it is an identity security company. So this is what we've been doing in a couple of years now, right? So we've created an identity platform for our customers. So let's say you tell me, Josh, can I integrate my core banking solution with an on-premise deployment? The answer is yes. Let's say you want a hybrid approach where you want to connect with my cloud instance, which is again hosted in India, certified by our MITI guidelines. And you want to integrate that as well using multi-factor authentication, you're happy to do it. Or let's say you have created your resources in Azure, AWS, or GCP, and you tell me, Josh, can we go ahead and do it? The answer is still yes. So we cover not only just the internal employees of the bank, but we secure external third-party things also happening there. So let's say you have third-party contractors coming to the bank and you tell me, can we have the same level of authentication given to them? The answer is yes. If you tell me, can I authenticate your channel HNI customers as well who are logging into mobile banking, channel banking? The answer is still yes. We can give plethora of methods here of authentication that I'll be covering later in the slides. And the second key piece that I want to focus on is governance and lifecycle management. This is a full-fledged IDAM platform and offering by RSA. In this, we cover joiner, mover, lever scenarios, access reviews, access recertification, and I'm sure many of the banks over here are going through the similar practice, not only just for core banking, but overall that if there is a user, what access does that user hold? To give you an example, a teller in a bank, what access does he has? What kind of operation does the teller does, whether it's debit operation, credit operation, what kind of limit does that user has, whether he can get it only till 10 lakhs or it can go till 1 CR or 5 CR as per the requirement. So we cover the entire life cycle of the user. Once he joins into the organization, when he moves in the organization to a senior role, and once the identity is taken off, how we go ahead and cater to that request. So this is where governance and life cycle plays a very crucial role. We operate on 4 key principles, starting with security. So in our DNA, we always focus on security over convenience. And this is available in all our product offering here. Actionable intelligence. This is also one key area that we are investing heavily. Here, we're not just working on some fancy algorithms here. It's a pure play linear regression technique that we are executing at user, group, and company level. And even for GNL side, where I want to understand the user behavior, user pattern, how risky the user is for the organization, we even cater to that. Continuous compliance, I'm sure this is a very heavy topic for the people present here, right? And we cover major compliances requirement in terms of identity, whether it's RBI framework, whether it's ISO framework, or let's say you follow SEBI guidelines, we also cater to that. Apart from this, we also follow NIST framework as well. So let's say if you're on the NIST side and you tell me, Josh, can we do that as well? Yeah, we do cater to it. And we give you maximum flexibility in how you can adopt my product into your environment. Let's say you are completely on-prem and you tell me, Josh, can we only stick to on-prem deployment? The answer is yes, you can do it. Or you can create a hybrid architecture as per your liking. So the next innovation that RSA is striving is towards passwordless. When I say passwordless, I'm sure many of you guys have the same problem of managing passwords. I was just speaking to some of the customers here, and they told me that, yeah, passwords are something that we want to get rid of. RSA will help you do that. Okay, it's a big claim, right? So it will be a phased-wise approach that we are suggesting the customers here, where you start with something small and you cater to all of your applications in your environment. Either you do a single sign-on approach, either you do a single application approach, or even for logins. Let's say I want to log into a system. I want to make sure they don't enter passwords anymore. You have to go completely passwordless just by authenticating a user. So next is, I will show you one demo where I demonstrate how you log into your Windows environment, right? So John Doe over here is logging in with the help of QR code. He scans a QR code with his phone. He does his face ID recognition or fingerprint recognition, and the user is logged in. There is no need of passwords. And this complies with our guidelines as well. So if you see the RBI framework, the recent one, the circular which has come out, they want customers, banks, they want them to migrate away from password and going towards phishing resistance token system. That is nothing but FIDO authentication, right? And what demo just I showed you is one form of FIDO authentication for you. Similarly, let's say you have Mac environment in your premises and you tell me, Josh, can we do the same level of authentication check? The answer is yes. We can do it. You scan the QR code, again, the same behavior will happen. Now you tell me, can we do some other factors of authentication apart from QR code? The answer is yes. So we do support biometrics. We do support push notification as well as OTPs. Now, these OTPs are not SMS or email-based token system. These are available in our own application, and you can utilize them just for login purposes. So you get rid of passwords, not only just at application layer, but you get rid at the authentication when you're logging into a system as well. So now jumping gears, you saw our innovation in passwordless. Now let's jump into the dire topic that we have, that is governance and lifecycle, what exactly we do cover here. So as I mentioned, the entire joiner, mover, leaver activities, we will go ahead and cater to you, right? Access recertification. I'm sure many of you over here will be doing that manually. I want to automate that approach as well, right? So how the user comes into the organization, what kind of access per application the user gets, and when he leaves the organization, what happens. I'll give you an example here. Let's say a branch manager is moving from one branch to another branch. What he does normally, we do a approval workflow here, right? Because he has to log into the secondary branch. And to move to a secondary branch, again, they need an approval in the internal system. Then only the user can log into CBS, right? What I want to do is, I want to automate this flow as well for you. I don't want him requesting an email, then doing it manually and creating a Excel for that. Doesn't happen anymore. You have to do it automatically. It will be much faster, and everything is logged in the system. So when the auditor comes in, and he is working with you guys, you can give the evidences to him right away. Instead of going and finding those Excel with those data points, we don't have to do it anymore. It can be done seamless, it can be done with ease and using automation in play. So we have integration done with Finacle, with TCS banks, and even local players we can go ahead and integrate, because at the end, we're using a framework called as REST API at the back end, okay? We have ISPM dashboards as well available in our offering. I'll be covering this in detail as well. So there was a topic given to me on risk, right? Now, risk is a big word, right? When I talk about identity, how the risk can be managed. But before even jumping to risk, do you guys have the visibility? Do you guys have the governance framework already created? If not, then the risk is like third or fourth stage where you associate a value to, okay? So first thing that I suggest my customers is to have visibility of what is happening in your environment. Do you know that what user has what access if I point it out to you? If it is done manually, is the sheet associated well, right? So this is a major challenge that we are trying to solve, not only just for tier 1 banks, but I want this to be implemented in the tier 2 as well as the cooperative banks here. Similarly, reporting and audit requirements. So we do support a role, specific role, just for the auditor. So he can come in, he can investigate, this user has this access, he got this access, why did he get this access? He was approved by XYZ guy. So he has the entire audit trail in front of you instead of you looking out at the Excel and wasting your time. I'm sure you guys do it every quarterly, and it will trigger at least 10 to 15 days from your time, right? And that is what I want to automate and give you complete visibility of what is happening in your bank. So this is the data flow, what happens when we start this journey, right? The question is how you do it. So firstly, we will start the integration for identities. Where are the identities coming from? Is the HR source, okay? The HRMS system that is out there. Second thing is we will collect accounts and entitlements. Accounts and entitlements are coming from where? It is coming from each and every application that you have. Either it is core banking solution, either it is XYZ application, I want to get it here. Then what we do is we feed it to our database, and we have a connector framework coming back. So this is the connector framework is used for automation, right? Once you have the visibility of your data, you have an orphan account visibility as well. You feed it back again to the system saying, this is the correlation, this is how I want to do automation, right? This is our internal architecture, how we operate, how we get the data for your governance and lifecycle management. And these are some of the modules that we give apart from the governance and lifecycle. So we do have self-service models. So let's say a teller in the bank, he wants a new access straight away. He can request it from the portal, and he gets the access after the approval workflow. It can even be integrated with your ITSM tools. Let's say you're using some tools like ServiceNow or so, where you're catering this, we can integrate with them and have an API integration done. Similarly, dashboards and reporting. Again, a very important topic according to me, and it has to be leveraged across the ecosystem, not only just for the CISOs, but for the auditors, for the risk guys, every persona of that particular bank, right? When I say persona, we will create a specific dashboard of what the user needs in that specific role. Whether he's an auditor, what reports he would like to look at. Similarly, if he's a CISO, I want to see how many violations are happening in my organization. That is what I want to cater to, right? So this is where RSA can give you customized dashboards per persona. I'm not stopping there. So this is, again, we are being actively working on. And I'm sure you've heard about AI agents coming in, and it's been around since 1 year or so, and it's been booming. So let's say your bank as well has been creating AI agents for a specific task, and you tell me, Jash, can we secure the identities related to that specific agent? The answer is yes, okay? So AI agents, we have your user identity, we have your machine identity, we have data identity, we have OAuth identity, and what resources they are supposed to access in the database. So the entire gamut of ecosystem we can go ahead and do using governance and lifecycle management. So we exactly know what identity are associated with what AI agent, right? So this is one interesting thing that we've been working on apart from the passwordless world. Yeah, so this is some of the dashboards I want to showcase to you. This is on ISO 27K focus dashboards. You see the control points mapped to your left. We have identity management, we have access control, we have privilege management, we have threat management, and everything is clickable in nature. You want to search for something straight away in the dashboard, you will be able to do that seamlessly using our capability on dashboards. Similarly, there was a topic today of segregation of duties as well, right? And I'm sure you guys are aware of it, but as we have limited resources in our bank, we can't have a same control given where we do the checks, we do the implementation by the same user. It's not allowed by the bank, right? Because we have to have separation done where InfoSec manages the show of compliance, the IT guy will do the implementation, there will be one more guy who will be checking things, right? So I want to make sure that is also implemented in the product where if we find something fishy, we want to flag that. So I will give you a simple example here. Let's say I'm from finance department, I handle the finance application. I shouldn't be having any application related to HR, right? So this is a pure play violation because I don't need that application, but I still have it. So this is one form of segregations of duties as well, okay? Similarly, we have reviews dashboard, so we understand what status the review is in. I don't want CISOs or the security guys to waste their time on review, right? I want this to be delegated to the application owner. They should manage the reviews for you. So where is it stuck, what percentage it is done, we can easily do this straight away from the product, completely automated. Then we have important things. We have orphan accounts and we have dormant accounts. So we want to make sure that we give you the visibility of how many orphan accounts are existing in your environment. When I say orphan accounts, what are these? So these are accounts which are lying in the application but not associated to a human back. So we classify them as orphan accounts. We want to manage them, we want to maintain them, and we want to delete them as well later on. Because these are the main attack vectors for any bad guy. If he wants to penetrate your organization, he'll be searching for such accounts. So that is why the governance framework, what I described earlier, plays a very crucial role. And whenever I speak to a customer says, I want to implement IDAM, I want to do this, that, I say, boss, this isn't how it works. You first need visibility in your environment, what is going on. And once you understand what is going on, then you can make changes. You can do things about it. So recently I was with one of the PSU bank, again, like 65K odd users with them. They were very reluctant in the start that how the system will play in their environment. But once they understood the visibility, what they got, all the departments, like application guys, all the other staff, they were very interested in what is happening here. I want to be a part of it. So this is what impact it creates when I speak about IDAM. So ISPM, this is also, again, an important topic. So these are some of the pillars of ISPM. We want to make sure we give you a dashboard for each and every ISPM pillar here, right? And not only that, we will cater to your ISO, we will cater to your zero trust dashboards, and we have some out-of-the-box dashboards as well available for you. So at the end, you should gain the visibility, you should gain the right data at the right time. This is my objective at the end for identity. Right, and this is the overall architecture. We use Oracle at the backend, and we have multiple modules that we associate with, and we have the collector and connector framework and offering. And these are some of the modules that we go ahead and offer to our customers. Yeah, this is it. Please go ahead and ask questions. Question, guys.
Well, this means only two things. Either you've understood everything or you've not understood anything.
Which is it, guys?
Which is a very... Sir, you have a question? Well, that's a good sign that you have a question.
I understand the RSA regarding HRA management. So you are telling about the HR.
HRMS.
Yeah, HRMS. So whether it is any solution about the HR for controlling over the employees and
I can.
identification of and security oriented.
I can be your HRMS if you want me to be.
Enrollment of the work.
Yes.
And what is the risk and what are the targets about the employees we are going to make that. So is there any platform that RSA?
We do cater to risk in terms of matrix as well. If you talk about control points, we do that as well, but it goes via the maturity of your bank. When I say that, do you have your current governance structure already created? If yes, is it in line with all the applications that you have in your bank? First, I will gain that visibility. I understand that data, then I start associating risk value per user. When I say risk value per user, again, I categorize that. Either that user have an exceptional access. Why does he has that? Then it is a risk for me, right? Similarly, for a control point, let's say multi-factor authentication is one of the control point for you. How many users does the guy has an MFA token with him? If not, then again, it's a risk for me. Who is catering? Who is monitoring that risk? We go in detail per control point as well, but I want to understand as per the bank's maturity first. I don't deep dive much into risk on the beginning. I ask simple question, whether you know what is happening in your bank first. If you don't have that visibility, sir, catering a risk value makes no sense, right? So if you have that visibility in play, then you start focusing on getting the risk value associated, not only just per user, you can do it on the application level as well, right? And once you have the right visibility, you just go in. Yeah. Please.
I want to know about your client list. How many UCBs are in your client list?
There are about 5 or 10 of them.
In Karnataka?
Karnataka, I'm talking about mostly, I'm not sure about the exact number, but there are a couple of cooperative banks with us.
In Karnataka?
Yes.
Okay. If you know, please tell me.
Sure.
Please tell us.
Yeah.
We will contact the such banks.
Yeah, sure. We have major banks as well available, sir, already on RSA. But on the UCB, I'll just check and let you know. We also have presence in defense, where the question was asked, can I be an HRMS? I'm doing it for one of the defense organization where they have like entire, all the users there are on RSA's HRMS, which we created in our own database. Questions? I thought passwordless will give me a lot of questions here. All right, guys.
Okay. Just in case, if they have any other question, they can reach out to you after the session as well. May I request you to please stay back? And I would request Abhinav to please join us on stage. Thank you so much for being a part